Hello, everyone. My name is Reese Wong, and I'm joined here today by Alexis Patnode. We are Advisor Service Associates here at RPAG. So we are on the support team who is responsible for assisting you all with anything that is related to RPAG. Today, we're here to talk to you about some tips and tricks for the RPAG Advisor portal. Often we are asked, how do I save time on RPAG? So this call is designed to inform you all about the resources and the tools that are available on the RPAG Advisor portal. These will help you save time. These tools include our RPAG Plan Fee Suite, the RPAG marketing materials that are available to you, our meeting minutes report, as well as our batch reporting. Each one of these topics is designed to help you streamline your practice. With that, I will hand it off to Alexis to talk a little bit about our PRISM benchmarking reports.
Thank you, Reese. So hopefully you were able to catch our last webinar on benchmarking and the Plan Fee Suite. If you were not able to, it is going to be posted to our YouTube channel, so definitely check it out. But just to give an overview of our Plan Fee Suite, which is one of our biggest time-saving tools, we have our PRISM report, our PRISM 365 report, and RFP Express. So just to give a little overview, our PRISM report is a fee benchmarking report, 6 data points, and it benchmarks your plan against plans of similar sizes, allowing you to download a deliverable and share with your clients. Similar to that, we have our PRISM 365 report, which is a fees and services report. So same concept, except for you would include those services and again, get a nice deliverable. And then we have RFP Express, which is a member and advisor favorite. It allows for live and instant quotes, saving you time in the RFP process. And of course, if you want to learn more about plan fees or PRISM, feel free to reach out to us or again, check out that webinar that we recently did. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Reese.
And in addition to the Plan Fee Suite, we also have great marketing materials available on the Resource Center in RPAG. Our marketing team is constantly creating new marketing content that it's great content. And you can use these marketing materials because it'll allow you to save time because you won't need to worry about going through that creative process. Our content is diverse and it covers a bunch of different topics with great information. One of the best marketing materials available in RPAG's Resource Center are our flyers and one-pagers. These act as great handouts. You can easily brand these documents and pass them out to your clientele as your own. They cover topics such as investments, benchmarking, fiduciary governance, what a 321 versus 338 is. If you use our fiduciary briefcase, we even have a handout in there that you can give to your contacts to show them how to register. Remember, if they at any time have trouble registering their account or setting up their authentication, just send them on over to us at support@rpag.com. In addition to the flyers and one-pagers, we have newsletters and memos, which they're designed like those flyers and one-pagers to educate their audience. The retirement time is plan sponsor facing, and it's a great way to stay in front of your clientele. The retirement times, plan sponsor facing, that's a monthly deliverable. The participant memos are participants facing, that's also a monthly deliverable. And then the fiduciary hot topic is plan sponsor facing, which is a quarterly deliverable. Each one of these documents are white labeled, so you have the ability to rebrand them with your firm's information, your company's logo, pass them out as your own. And for our premium marketing members, we have something available that's called auto branding. It actually allows you to brand each one of these newsletters and memos with your company's logo information with just a couple clicks. So I'm going to actually show you where that content is located in the Resource Center. So you're going to click on Resource Center here in the blue banner, or you can also access the Resource Center from the main menu under Resource Center in the Resources section here. The marketing content is the first category that pops up in the Resource Center. It's going to be located under Content Marketing Plan. I'm going to click on the drop down here to show all the different subsections of the content that's available in this content marketing plan. I'm not going to go too deep into detail on this right now because Ashley is actually going to talk about the premium marketing package in our next webinar. So if you're interested to see what everything that's available in our premium marketing package, please make sure to join us there. And so the flyers and one pagers are under the flyers and one pagers section. You can simply just pull these up. They download directly to your download section in the top right. And simply just click there. We have a 321 versus 338 active versus passive fund. And then the newsletters and memos have its own section since there's a lot of content in there. It's going to be located under newsletters and memos. This category section is in alphabetical order here. Drop down. And then here you'll find those retirement times, monthly participant memos, and the fiduciary hot topics. So you'd have to click into each one of those to find that respective topic. And another quick tip about adding in a client or prospect. So when you click on client or prospect here and add in a client or a prospect, you're only required to enter in the information that has an asterisk that denotes that's just required. However, contract number is not a required field. I highly recommend always adding in the contract number for your plans because if you utilize our PAL feature, Plan Asset Link, that feeds the data feed from the record keepers directly to RPAG, this contract number is actually how we identify that you're setting up your PAL feed. So by entering in a contract number here, you just always ensure that no duplicate client will be created once we receive the PAL link for that. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Alexis to talk about our advisor reports section.
Hi, everyone. So me again. Here we are going to go into advisor reports. This is a section of the RPAG portal that a lot of advisors honestly don't even know about. It allows you to run reports on your entire book of business. Now, of course, there's a lot of reports you can run within advisor reports. You have different tabs here: report usage, assets under advisement, clients or prospects, fund reporting, fund and provider changes report, and our rollover ready report. So just to give you a little bit of insight on each of these tabs you have available to you, you do have sub-reports. So by clicking on the little drop-down icon, you can actually see what sub-report is associated with each of these tabs. So with report usage, you can see how often specific reports are run, as well as create other filters, such as if you want only clients to show, prospects, if the report was just started or generated. And just to give you a little idea of what that would look like, if we click apply here, it's going to give you all of those statistics in this chart. And of course, you are able to export each of these as Excel or PDF icons. So just to click in a couple of these little tabs here to give you an idea. You can also filter with text. So if you have specific keywords that are associated with plans, you can type those in as well. If we go ahead and click apply, again, it's going to give us an idea of what the report will look like. Another great feature of advisor reports is you can actually filter this information. So maybe we are wanting to see the plan demographics here, but we don't want all of these columns. When you click export, you have the ability to select specific checkboxes to remove it from the report. So maybe we don't need a client CRM ID, or if we don't want to see service consultants. When you download the actual document, it will eliminate these subject fields. So we'll go ahead and close that. And again, I'll just click through here so we are able to see just how many reports you have access to. And just to highlight a couple, you're able to filter this data again across your entire book of business. So if you're looking for specific plan data, this is a great sub-report here for clients and prospects. here, just again, a lot of data fields to take a look at. Fund reporting. This one's great. Actually, as an ASA, I do get a lot of questions on how can I tell which funds are watch listed or up for elimination across my entire book of business all in one place. You can actually do that in this fund reporting section. Fund alerts or fund performance, top ranked funds. Again, a lot of different options here across that fund reporting option. And then lastly, I'll highlight this rollover ready report. So for all of you out there who are also working in the wealth management and use our rollover ready tool, you can actually use this advisor report, the rollover ready report, with the rollover ready tool and gain a report from that to see exactly when the report was generated and keep that for your records. So a great place to run those overall book of business reports. And then also you have access to our advisor IQ directly from the advisor reports. So again, just to give you a quick idea of what that looks like, you'll get, again, a full snapshot of your book of business with graph comparisons, just so you can see it as a glance. So definitely another great tool we have in our toolkit. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Reese to talk a little bit about meeting minutes.
So whenever an advisor portal user asks me, how do I save time in RPAG? The first thing I check is whether or not they're utilizing our automated meeting minutes function. To start a meeting minutes report, it is client specific. So you're going to need to click on the client prospect tab and then select the client that you'd like to use. And what I did there is I just deleted a meeting minutes because I need to free up one of those reports here, and I'll show you why. So the meeting minutes are located in the bottom right quadrant of the client details page. To start a meeting minutes report, you're going to click the plus sign here. The automated meeting minutes function is a great report to utilize because now if you create meeting minutes manually by hand, you have the ability to select the report type, select the report that you'd like to create the meeting minutes on, and we're automatically going to pull in the most pertinent information and actually give you the ability to type up your own notes. So now you don't have to create these by hand anymore. First, you're going to select the report that you would like to run it on. You have the ability to choose a fiduciary investment review, provider analysis, provider overview, or another type of report. We're going to do a fiduciary investment review. And these meeting minutes are report specific. So you're going to have to select the specific report that you'd like to run automated meeting minutes on. These two in the beginning, or these first two, are grayed out because they've already had meeting minutes created for them. We're going to select the updated fiduciary investment review here. And this loading screen is telling you that it's pulling all of those data points specifically from this Q4 2023 updated FIR. If you would like to choose a theme, you can do so here. We'll use my demo theme. The report template, if you have a template, you can save it here. Select the meeting date. Select the quarter or the year that the meeting took place. If you would like to include your client's logo or your company logo, you have the ability to do so here. You're required to type in the meeting minutes name. We'll do sample meeting minutes. And then below, you can select the committee members who have already been uploaded into the RPAG client, whether or not they attended this meeting. If they attended, it'll default that everybody attended. If they did not attend, you can just select their name and they'll be removed. Click done. And then you can also denote whether or not they were absent. You have the ability to add in non-committee members here if they attended. You have the ability to choose people from your firm that attended. And then you have the ability to add in additional attendees. I often see this used that if a record keeper provider representative was at that meeting, but they're not in the client or in the RPAG contact list, you can simply just add them by clicking other. Just a great way to keep track of everybody who's participating for this client. I'm going to scroll down. Here are the administrative topics that were discussed at the meeting. It's going to default and say each one of them was discussed. You have the ability to select or deselect whether or not that was discussed. If you would like to add in additional notes, you have a customizable text box below. You can choose different fonts and different font size simply by just going through this menu here. Next is the investment due diligence. This is where we take the specific data from that report that was created. If you would like to include the investment analysis summary, simply just click there. You have the ability to expand it in the bottom right, as well as actually change and type in different information if you would like to. So this is just a recap of the investment analysis from that fiduciary investment review. If you would like to include RPAG's market summary, you can do so by clicking the market summary box. By clicking the market summary box, and then you actually have the ability to choose which quarter and year of the market summary you would like to include. As you can see, this is grayed out and I'm getting a red cross. It's just saying that you do not have the ability to edit our market summary. If you would like to put in your own market summary, you can do so by clicking the custom market summary box. If you would like to add an additional RPAG market summary, simply click the plus sign here, and you'll be able to add in an additional quarter. You can also add in or include our RPAG scorecard methodology. We have both a short version and an extended version. You do not have the ability to edit this information. If you would like to include your own custom investment methodology, it's the same flow. Simply click the custom investment methodology. Next is the fund review section. If there are any fund reviews being taken place in that fiduciary investment review, they will pop up here. As you can see, there are no funds being recommended for replacement, so nothing populates here. If you have any additional notes, just add them here in the additional notes box. The next section is fiduciary governance. If you would like to include any of this information, such as a fiduciary diagnostic, the education modules that are available, the documentation modules that are available, you can do so here. If you would like to include the RPAG legislative update, simply just click on the box here and you can choose the quarter or year that you would like to include. You can also select whether or not you reviewed the plan limits. And then just like the other sections, you can put in additional notes here. You have the ability to add in the demographics, any plan fee summary about the plan. And then we also have additional and custom sections below, so you can really customize this as you see fit. RPAG disclosures are not customizable, but if you'd like to include your own advisor disclosures, simply just put them in under the advisor disclosures section. And then at the very bottom, we have follow-up tasks. So if anything was asked of you to follow up on, you can simply just put in that information here at the bottom. And then you have the ability to publish this directly to your client's fiduciary briefcase by clicking Publish to Fiduciary Briefcase. You can save the meeting minutes here, or you can click Save and Generate the report. And it'll let you know that it's downloaded there. And then we'll click Cancel out of here. And then, so the meeting minutes is really designed to be a post-meeting document. It shows what you went over in that meeting. And then here is an example of that. Make sure that should come up now. Perfect. And this is what that meeting minutes looks like. So very sleek, easy to read. Got our market summaries in there, investment methodology. So great tool. But the meeting minutes, it's designed to be a post-meeting document. And then we actually have our pre-meeting document, which is our meeting agenda. Go ahead and delete that one so we can start from the beginning here. So to create a meeting agenda, just like the meeting minutes, you're going to click on the plus icon and you're going to select the type of report that you would like to create your agenda for. we're going to do an investment review agenda, but you also have the ability to choose a investment review and a plan review agenda, or a investment review and a provider analysis agenda. We also have the option to create a custom agenda. So much like the meeting minutes, you're going to choose your theme. You can include your company logo and your client's logo. Like every RPAG report, you're going to need to name it. Agenda example, perfect. So type in a header that you'd like to include, and then you can actually select the meeting type if you would like. You can do an in-person meeting, a Zoom meeting, Teams meeting, WebEx meeting, or custom. And then much like the meeting minutes, you just select who is going to be attending the meeting. If any non-committee attendees are there, anybody from your firm, or any other attendees. Here, you would just put in the meeting details, the topics that you'll cover. We have a bullet list, so you can easily type in bullets of that information, or the meeting details here, the topics to discuss next, and then any disclosures if you would like to include those. You can add in additional sections if you would like to add in a custom section, and then publish it to the fiduciary briefcase here if you would like. Same agenda, and it goes off basically the same theme that the meeting minutes is. And now I will pass it back to Alexis to talk about the provider notices.
Thank you. So yes, of course, there are a couple additional tools within this meeting minutes and meeting agenda section here. Provider notices is another one of those tools. Again, same way it works as meeting minutes and meeting agenda. You'll go ahead and click that plus sign icon to start a new one. Similar to the other reports, we'll go ahead and select the report. So we'll go ahead and go with this Q4 updated FIR. And then you have the option to select a template if you do have one created. We can go back into that client details and go into our client advocacy report. Typically with provider notices, you'll get an email template that will allow you to have a template to send out to the provider to let them know of any fund changes. But moving from there, we have our client advocacy report. So again, with that plus sign, we can go ahead and start here. We'll, of course, have to give the report a name. We can just call this one Client Advocacy Report and select a template. We do have a couple available for you. Client Advocacy is the RPAG standard template. So we'll go ahead and go with that. And with a Client Advocacy Report, typically you would present this at the end of the year or very beginning of the next year. And more or less, it goes into detail on what you did for your clients as an advisor or fiduciary. This is all templated out for you. Of course, there's an introduction. You have the option to edit this however you wish. We go ahead and scroll here. You can also expand any of these to see. The next section is fiduciary education. If you provided any of those modules, again, completely editable. We actually highlight in red the sections that we hope for you to edit, make it custom to yourself and your firm. If there's any section within this template as well that you want to uninclude, you can do so by selecting the checkbox next to that section. It won't delete it from the page itself. However, when you download the actual report, that specific section will be unincluded there. As we scroll down, you can see there are a lot of sections already in here, all templated out for you to select from and edit based on you and your firm. If there's a service or specific meetings that you have with your clients that are unique to your firm, you're also able to add in those custom sections by clicking this plus sign icon. Of course, the header will be blank. You can name it as you wish according to that unique meeting or report. You can add any additional notes. It will come out in the same format as these pre-templated sections. However, the information, again, will be unique to whatever you do select. And then, of course, we include a closing for you right here. And once you've completed your client advocacy report, you're able to save this as a template. Maybe you have plans that are similar or you want to use the same report. You can save it as a template and have that ready to go. with all the information already filled out, or you can just generate and download the report. Maybe you have a unique client advocacy report for each of your clients, just by clicking generate and download. Right. And this is an idea of what that looks like. So just another tool within our RPAG toolkit that is great to have already ready for you and instantly available. So going back to our RPAG page, the next time-saving tool that I'm going to go over is batch reporting. So batch reporting, for those of you that are not familiar, gives you the ability to generate a batch of fiduciary investment reviews at a scheduled time. So just to give you an idea of what that looks like, it's very similar to a fiduciary investment review stepwise. However, with batch reporting, you actually have two options. You can create it just as you would a fiduciary investment review, same second step with considerations, or you can choose to not include considerations. If you have a lot of plans, maybe you don't want to go through all the considerations for the whole batch, you can actually click to uninclude the consideration step. For this demo, I'll go ahead and include it just so we can see what exactly that step looks like. With all reports, of course, we have to give it a name. So we'll go ahead and just call this sample and select start to begin. Now, step one is going to give you the ability to see which clients and plans and allow you to select which ones you would like to be included within the batch. Now, typically we recommend using plans that are similar that you're going to want to use the same report for, since the batch report is going to give you the same report builder and template. So just to give us an idea here, we'll go ahead and RW Inc. Now, if you search for a specific client or plan, you can actually see them up here and then click select all, and it will select all of the plans that are showing. If you wanted to do it for a few different clients, you can also select them individually rather than selecting all, of course, here. And once you're happy with that selection, you'll go ahead and click save. It's going to give you a confirm notification. So we'll go ahead and confirm here. This is just saying that once you've selected which clients are going to be within that batch, it is going to lock it. So now that we've selected those plans for that client, it's going to give us the check mark for step one and allow us to go to step two. So this is the considerations section that I had previously mentioned. You're able to uninclude this if you wish, but this is just an idea of what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and deselect that since it defaults that way. And in the first tab, up for removal, it's going to list all of the funds that are up for removal within all of the plans. So we selected 3 plans. These are all funds across all 3 plans that are up for removal. It is going to give us the consideration suggestion from our system. You still have the same options you typically would within a fiduciary investment review. You can use the drop-down menu to decide whether or not you would like to keep the fund, as well as if you would just like to mark it as a watch list. So maybe we want this one as no action. We can leave that as is. If we do decide later, hey, we actually do want to eliminate this fund, you can always switch it back and add in your own consideration. And you do so by clicking this plus sign icon here. If we click add consideration, it's going to give us the fund search bar. Of course, if you know what the ticker is for the fund you're looking to use as the considered fund, you can type it right in here. Or if you needed to do some fund research, you could go ahead and click this little funnel icon and filter your search results. If you'd like to make an edit to the suggested fund that's already appearing, you can do so by clicking this little pencil icon here. Same process with the fund search bar. So once you've scrolled through and made your selections, whether you want to watch list, eliminate, or keep that fund, you'll go ahead and click reviewed. So again, same process. You can click them one at a time as you're going through the process, or you can go ahead and just click select all, which will show that you reviewed all of those funds that were up for removal. It's the same process for each of these other tabs. So we have watch list here. These are the 2 funds across those 3 plans that are on our watch list. If we wanted to make edits to them, we can deselect this select all button here, and then it will allow us, again, those same editing functions. So we'll go ahead and click select all again. And then, of course, with acceptable, an idea of what that looks like. So once we've made all of our considerations, we can go ahead and click apply. You can also download the considerations if you would like to keep them as a record. You can do so by clicking this Excel icon or PDF icon, and it will download directly to your computer. But for this case, we're just going to go ahead and click apply, and that will bring us to step 3. So now we have a check mark on step 2. Here is the fun part. We get to build our actual report. As I had previously mentioned, all reports are going to have that same layout. So they're all going to be identical reports. However, the information within them, fund lineup, etc., will be unique to each of those reports. So you can go ahead and go in and select an RPAG template. Maybe we just go ahead with this short version. If you have a template built out, you can actually select it. We have a lot of templates built out here for us, but you have that option, and then you also have the custom template option. Now, if you select custom template, it's going to give you a completely blank report layout, allowing you to start from scratch. So you'll be able to, again, use these little tabs here to see what is available within these batch reportings. If you're familiar with the fiduciary investment review, you should be familiar with these tabs as well. And again, all of these modules are similar, if not the same. And in that same process, you'll have your report layout where you can make any edits you wish. Anything that is highlighted in red, so for this case, strategy review, is indicating that action needs to be taken. So for this case, we need to follow this data point here with the asterisk. So include added funds or removed funds. We'll just have to make that selection and always select save. So it changes for us, and now it is white, meaning that no other action needs to be taken for that specific module. If you'd like to delete a module, you can do so by clicking the X directly across from that title. So say we want to delete the client IPS, we can go ahead and click confirm, and it will remove it from our layout. Adding modules, if you click the plus sign, it will add it directly to the bottom. If you want to move its location, you can do so by just dragging and dropping. So maybe we want it there. Once you're happy with that report layout, you'll go ahead and scroll down and select done. You also have a save as template option. So if this is a template that you would like to use more often, maybe you made some personal adjustments, you can save it as a template, name it uniquely, and then that will appear in that My Templates section. So we'll go ahead and select done. And here is where you will schedule that report. So typically we recommend 24 to 72 hours to schedule these reports. However, it is up to you. So you can select a day. So maybe we're selecting tomorrow, we're selecting our report options. And then when we schedule the report, you just, again, have that same notification. You'll go ahead and click run, and it will be scheduled. Now, when a batch report is finished, let's go ahead and find a generated one real quickly. You'll be able to see within the summary section the list of your batch reports that you ran. And then on this right-hand side, once they're generated, you'll actually have the PDF icon allowing you to download them individually, or the select all to download them all at once. And those will go directly to your computer, so you can batch report those fiduciary investment reviews.